Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Jack Rigo Productions. Today we're going to talk a little bit of a recap of last night's joke of a game because of Houston was sad. And also today's NFL games. I'm wearing a Von Miller Color Rush jersey which I got for Christmas. It reminds me of this logo right here because they had it in that game against the Chargers. My favorite uniforms, the 8's normal looking, not the snowman like they have on their other one. I'm just not a fan of those fake numbers. A lot of teams have that crap now. I'd rather have normal traditional numbers. The Patriots played last night. They have normal numbers. The Cowboys today will have normal numbers. So will Green Bay. I think Kansas City too. Pittsburgh has a little bit of weird numbers, but they have very good uniforms. Anyways, last night this Houston Astros, oh God, the Houston Texans dominated the first half of that game. And guess what? They were still losing. Because Brock Osweiler was puking on himself. My favorite term. Your throw up because you can't get the job done when you get opportunities. They had chance after chance to be winning that game, and they were losing 17-13 at the half. They should have been up 24-14. They only got field goals at times when they were moving the ball. Also, they got to midfield twice and had to punt. Are you kidding me? You'll never beat a team better than you if you do that stuff. Stop saying, oh, no one gives us respect. You prove why I don't get respect because you sucked in the game. You didn't really deserve to be in the playoffs with that team. The team was a joke, really. 9-7 in that crap division. Tennessee was playing good until Mariota broke his leg. They're a better team, in my opinion. The Colts defense let them down, but I'd rather have their offense than that crap last night. Oh, Atlanta looked very good. Matt Ryan threw for over 300 yards. Coleman ran the ball well. Julio Jones was himself. Mohamed Sanu did a great job catching up a touchdown pass. Very dangerous team, Atlanta. Very underrated. All right, today's games. First game that's on because of the first game, the KC game being moved to tonight is Dallas is favored by, I think, 4.5 points over Green Bay. And Green Bay looks very good coming in. Rodgers, I believe, threw 22 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in his last 7 games or 8 games. He's been on fire, really. He's a great player. I know Skip Bayless compared him to Brady and said it was a joke. Bayless is a jackass. It wasn't a joke. Brady's better, but you make it sound like you compared him to Rex Grossman. Come on, Bayless. You just want to be a tough guy. You and Shannon Sharpe, you two friggin' morons that have a show, which is sad. And I think you get paid like $5 million. What a chooch. Something's wrong with life when that idiot gets $5 million. I'm sorry. Not impressed, Skip Bayless. Gooba. Anyways, getting back to the game. Jordy Nelson, I don't think is going to play. And this is Alex Smith's football. I'm sorry. I had to do the joke because that's about how far he can throw. It's a little kid's football for those 10-yard passes. I know I digress, but I'm holding the football and I think it's kind of funny, really. Anyways, let's see. Green Bay, I don't know about missing the receiver. They do have DeAndre Hopkins. No, it's not. Oh, man. The young kid running wide receiver. I can't remember all these players like I did 10 years ago. It's hard for me. I can tell you the wide receivers in 1995 better than now for some reason. Jordy Nelson, though, not playing is huge. They have Jared Cook, who's a decent tight end who used to play for the St. Louis Rams at one time. And they've run the ball. Ty Montgomery, who got converted from a wide receiver to a running back. He's been outstanding. He had 100 yards last night. Camera adjustment, sorry guys. Now Dallas on offense has... Green Bay's defense has been playing better too. I mean, Clay Matthews Jr. is always dangerous in that regard. But Dallas on offense has Dak Prescott. I think he threw over 20 touchdowns and only maybe less than 5 interceptions. What an outstanding rookie season. And also, what's his name? Okay, also, wide receivers, Des Bryant haven't done as well as he's done in the past, but he's still dangerous. He's a deep threat. And, Cole Beasley as a slot receiver has done a good job. Williams can go deep. He's done that in the past. Jason Witten's had an excellent season. But I'm not sure if I talked about it. Zeke Elliott had an awesome running back season. He had over 1,700 yards and probably like 12 touchdowns. He is a force to be reckoned with. He's the best running back in football. And because of that, Dallas can control the clock with that great offensive line. Let's see what happens. On defense, the Cowboys have Sean Lee. He's always done a great job as a middle linebacker. He's everywhere. Skandrick is a pretty good cornerback as well, too. I'm sorry, I don't remember all the defensive players for these teams. It's hard. It is. I should have cheated and looked online before. But anyways, I like Dallas to win this game in a very, very close game, 24-21. It'll be a little low scoring than you expect. Dallas playing at home is the equalizer. I expect Green Bay to cover, Dallas to win, which is all that matters in this part of the season. Now, the next game is my favorite team. Kansas City is favored by 1.5 at home against Pittsburgh. Let's go over the team I really don't like. Alex Smith and his 3-yard passes. This guy never goes downfield. Very, very seldom goes downfield. He's afraid of the mistake. He plays not to lose as opposed to win, and that's why I don't think he's ever won anything in his career, because he takes no chances. He plays that wimpy football. He's got Kelsey, who's an excellent tight end, who I think is a punk personally. He's a crybaby out there throwing the towel at the referee earlier this season. He's good, though. And he has Macklin as a wide receiver. Tyreek Hill, young kid, as a wideout who's extremely fast, as a good punt returner, a kickoff returner as well. Ask me how, because they killed the Broncos with that. And Spencer Ware out of the backfield. Unfortunately, Jamal Charles missed the whole season, or most of it. It was a great, great running back to me. See, I have my respect for some of the Chief players. They have an okay offense. Alex is afraid to take chances. If he took some chances, maybe they'd be better. His typical season, 13 touchdowns, 5 picks. In the whole year in 16 games. A couple years ago, they went the whole season with no touchdowns to wideouts. That is so pathetic, really. I'm so sad. Sad. Anyways, Andy Reid, too, Mr. Clock Management, who he just, if there's 5 minutes left in the game, he'll let it round down to 2. When you're down by 2 touchdowns, he's huddling up. Clueless as a clock guy. Donovan McNabb in the Super Bowl against the Pats in 2004 season, clueless. They were down by, I don't know if they were down by 10. Whatever they were down by. They took forever huddling up. Donovan McNabb was puking on the sidelines. See, that's where the puke stuff comes from me. And it was sad. I just think he's a horrible coach. He knows talent. He's a pathetic end-game coach to me. Then you have Pittsburgh on the other side with Roethlisberger, who I think is a future Hall of Famer. He's had a good season. I think he threw at least 25 touchdowns. He had to have, even though he missed some time being hurt in the middle of the year. That's why they went only 11-5. I think they went 13-3 if Roethlisberger plays the whole season, in my opinion. You have Le'Veon Bell, who's one of the top running backs in football. He had well over 100 yards last week against that sad Miami team. Vance Joseph, the awful coordinator, who's Denver's new coach. I had to add that in there. It's just because it still freaking annoys me. You got Antonio Brown, one of the best wideouts in football. He's up in the top 3. He had like over 110 catches this year. Over 10 touchdowns. He's awesome. Deep threat, underneath, not afraid. Anyways, you also have Sammy Coates, who can go deep as well. Had a good season as a young kid. Ladarius Green, who used to play for the Chargers as a tight end. He's a big body. He's got some speed as well. I think overall their offense is outstanding, really. And I think it's going to be too much for KC. Their defense has been a little better. They had their shaky moments at times recently. Against Baltimore late in the season, they had some problems. They had no problems against that awesome Miami offense with Matt. I never throw a spiral more. It was terrible. But Pittsburgh's better than KC. I'll be very, very, very disappointed if they don't win, because I think KC's a fraud team. With their 2 playoff wins in 45 years. And like one in forever. Like one playoff win at home since 1970. Awful. And they say they're the next team in the AFC West. Sure they are. Denver has over 20-something playoff wins. The Raiders have a ton of playoff wins. Even the Chargers have playoff wins more than them. They've done squat. So I think they're overrated. I just don't like them personally. You know I'm going to pick Pittsburgh because of that. But I don't think they're that good, honestly. They have to get kickoff returns for touchdowns, pick 6, fumble returns, all kinds of weird stuff to help them win games. Like against Atlanta. They got a pick 6 by one of their good cornerbacks. I'm not sure who got it. Then, later on, they're going to pick inside the end zone for 2-point conversion to win by 1. So, come on, you need that crap to win? You're not going to get that against Pittsburgh tonight. Pittsburgh 28, KC 21. They're a better team. They should win. There'll be some good matchups next week. Dallas against Atlanta. New England against Pittsburgh, in my opinion. Hope you like this video. Sore arms, that's why I'm going back and forth. Also, the Von Miller color wash jersey. I love this thing. I think it's outstanding. It might be my favorite jersey already, besides the old ones. Take care, guys. Enjoy the games.